It's Lady Raven, the Wild Witch, and welcome to The Witch's Inn. And today we're going to be talking about glamour magic and how are the different ways that you can use that to kind of bring things to you. And it's funny because glamour magic is one of the things that I think are most dismissed by a lot of people because they see it, Hollywood does a lot of that in their movies. You change your hair color, you change your face, or you look like somebody else. A lot of times people associate glamour magic with like shape shifting and things like that. And those are very different things. So let's talk about what glamour magic essentially is. So glamour magic is when you're doing work to alter how other people see you. And it is not just like your appearance, but their perception of you. So you can do something where you can appear to be nicer, or more charismatic, or more, all of the different things that you're looking for in your personality that maybe you don't have those things, but you're trying really hard. Glamour sometimes can grease the wheels for it to go well. A perfect place to use glamour magic is, let's say, if you're going for a job interview, right? A lot of times we are nervous. You've had that sweaty palms. Oh my God, am I going to fail this interview? And you can use glamour magic at that point to kind of bring yourself to this place where you're like, I'm calm and collected, and I want to project this image of confidence. I want to project this image of I can do this job. You want me to do this job. You believe that I'm very capable, right? We may be capable, but a lot of times in difficult situations, we're sitting there going, ugh. So this is why glamour magic can be very helpful. It can also be helpful when you are looking for a partner. That's another way that it can be helpful. So for example, you're looking for, either if you're looking for a hot Saturday night date, you want people to see you as very attractive. You want to focus on the sensuality, the desire component, all of that. If you are looking for a true partner, soulmate kind of thing, you maybe want to focus that magic in terms of people seeing you as, reliable and loving and somebody that they can partner with and go the distance, somebody who's truly going to be together with them and that they are going to enjoy being with for the rest of their lives. Now, a lot of people have an issue sometimes with glamour magic because they say, oh my God, you're just lying. And that's really not the case, because what glamour magic is going to do, it's going to take something that's already within you and it's going to highlight that. So instead of all of the other things coming out, so for example, anxiety, right? Let's talk about first date. We talked about interview. Let's talk about first date. You go on a first date, you got the same things. You may be truly, genuinely interested in a soulmate, genuinely interested in finding someone who can go the distance with you, in finding someone who's going to be there for you and you can be there for them, somebody to take care of you that you're going to take care of for them. But in that minute that you're on that first date, everything's going to fall away and you're going to have the sweaty palms, the nervousness, the nervous laughter, and you're going to come off almost sometimes as either robotic or too eager or withdrawn or all of those things. So glamour magic is something that can help you to bring out all of those positive qualities that you already have within yourself, except that they're being hidden under a bunch of other things. So another place you can use glamour magic is if you have a big presentation to make for a meeting or a client, right? You're nervous, you got to present something in front of everybody. You want to come across, instead of nervous, you want to come across confident and knowledgeable. You probably are confident and knowledgeable. You're just not confident when you're standing in front of a bunch of people on the spot. So glamour is going to pull all of those things out of you. So there's a lot of other uses for glamour magic as well. So for example, let's say you are trying to sell a car. Let's say you're trying to sell your car and you want to say, a lot of times when people go to buy a car from a strange person, you're kind of weary, right? What are they not telling me? What are they, not saying? What's going to happen? Is this the right thing for me? Can I trust this person? All of those things. So first and foremost, obviously be trustworthy. Because you can do all the glamour in the world. If you are not backing that up with actual action, the glamour is not going to work for you. So that intent and that feeling really needs to be within you at that moment, because it's going to get amplified. If you don't have that, if you're hiding secrets about your car, trying to sell it, if you're like, oh, it needs new brakes, but I'm not going to tell anybody, or it needs a new suspension, but I'm not going to tell anybody, there's no amount of glamour in the world that's going to help you. Just letting you know. But if you are being honest about it and you just want to come across, instead of being nervous, or a lot of times if you're selling a car, desperate, you want to put that first foot forward of saying, hey, no, I'm truly being honest with you. I'm telling you how it is. You can trust me. I'm giving you this car. I'm disclosing everything, and we can make a deal that you can count on. So that is what Glamour Magic is going to do. And there's so many areas that can be used that people a lot of times don't think about. So for example, selling a car, buying a car, right? If you're buying a car, if you're the buyer, you can do the Glamour Magic that if your seller is not trustworthy, maybe when you come there, you're going to be somebody extremely charismatic, somebody that they're going to immediately like and want to be honest with. And that is what you are attracting with your glamour. So maybe if they were planning on not telling you about the suspension problems, maybe in the middle of conversation, they will say, hey, this car needs a new suspension. So those are the ways you can use it. Same thing if you're buying a house or selling a house. Selling a house, be honest, but you want to appear like this is a great house. We have great memories here. We are moving because of job or because of other things, but this is a wonderful house and your family would really enjoy being here. Same thing if you're buying the house. If you're buying the house, you can do Glamour Magic to say, we want to buy this house and maybe we can't afford this price, but we can afford this. Can we come to a negotiation? Are you willing to put your house in the hands of somebody that you can trust and maybe make money the secondary requirement, and maybe let's come to a deal or an agreement? Glamour can help you do that. And it's amazing to me how many times people generally go for the hard magic, right? They go for the deep magic that's going to say, no, I want to, sorry, I'm getting ringing in my ear for some reason. That's weird. They want to go for that deep magic, right? That says, okay, no, I'm going to do this work and they're going to want to sell me their house. They're going to want to do this. It is so much more difficult for you to alter what somebody else is going to do or what somebody else is going to see. It is easier for you to alter something within you that's already there. All that you're doing is you're expanding something that you already have and saying, hey, look at this. I have this that should get your attention. This is something that is within me and it's honest and it's truthful and it is not something that I'm just putting on a show for. And then that's when Glamour Magic is going to be really, really powerful. It can even be that way if you're starting a business. I mean, Glamour Magic can be fantastic for that. You want to start putting your product out there. You're a new vendor, right? You're a new business person or a new healer, or you have a new product or a new store. And you want to tell people, you can trust me that I'm truly offering you the best product that I can. I tested it. I love this product. I'm not just trying to take your money. I'm trying to offer you a quality exchange. Glamour Magic can come in and can do that for you. So even if you're trying to, let's say, attract abundance, right? If you're trying to attract abundance, perfect. How is your abundance going to come in? Is it going to come in from a raise at work? Is it going to come in from more clients? Is it going to come in from selling more product? Is it going to come in from maybe selling a house or a car? All of that can benefit from Glamour Magic. If you're at work, your glamour can be highlighting the work that you are already doing. Maybe sometimes your personality may get a little bit in the way if you're a difficult person, but your work may be impeccable. So what you want to do with your glamour is you want to shift that, make my personality be secondary and make my work be the thing that shines. Let that be the primary thing. So you're not altering anything. You're just altering what gets amplified when you talk to somebody and what you portray to the world. So those things are still there. You are just amplifying it so that people get a better view of it. It's the same thing, for example, if like we talked about selling a product. So there's so many different uses for Glamour Magic, and it's so easy. And your chances of success with the glamour are much, much, much higher than it is with any other spell that's going to have more variables. Because in Glamour Magic, you have one variable, and that variable is you. You're trying to amplify something within yourself that you want to show to the world. So with all of that being said, I want to show you some tools that I use for Glamour Magic. So the first thing I'm going to start with is romance, right? Things to that effect. So romance, I love these little candles. So I don't know if you can, let me see, where's the thing? Oh, there you go. I don't know if you can see them. These are little rose candles. And I have pink and I have red. So this is going to be if I want a hot Saturday night date with my husband. And This is going to be if we had a fight and I'm saying, I'm sorry, and I want you to really feel my heartfelt sorry, even though sometimes my face doesn't say that. So this is something that you can use. You guys know that I love crystal slabs. I use them in just about everything. So I have a few here that I'm going to show you. This is another thing that I like to use for Glamour Magic. This is hematoid quartz, and I would do my work on top of this. So this is my hematoid quartz slab, and hematoid quartz is going to be good if you're trying to do Glamour Magic for anything that's going to attract a physical attraction to you. So it's good to give you a boost in your relationship. It's good if you're trying to find a new relationship. If you're going on vacation and you just want to have a good time, you just want to attract sexy partners and have a good time on vacation. Perfect thing to do. So there's a lot of work that you can do with this one. Another piece that I like to do also is labradorite is excellent for Glamour Magic. This is my labradorite slab that I use. I normally put this at the bottom of my spell. And this is going to basically think about what labradorite does, right? It reflects other different things. So for me, this works in the upper chakras. So I'm going to use this when I'm trying to reflect changes in parts of my personality that I am not necessarily showing all the time. You know, a lot of times, a lot of us have a gruff exterior. I know I do. And sometimes that comes across really weird with people. So maybe I want to come across as being a little bit softer than I normally am. This is a great option for you to do that, to say, okay, you know, put this here, do your work on top of it. Or if you don't have a slab, you can just add a piece of labradorite to your spell work and it'll have a similar effect, right? I prefer slabs because that's my favorite way of doing it. But so you can do that kind of work anytime that you want to amplify your personality. You can even do Glamour Magic when you are working with spirit. So you're going in to work with spirit. Maybe you have a nervousness. Maybe you're just new, just starting this, and you want to connect with your spirit guides, but you're kind of afraid. You want to maybe bring in some glamour to say, okay, I really want to put my best foot forward. The intent that I have, the desire that I have to meet with my spirit guide, I want that to be highlighted instead of this total fear and anxiety that I have of doing this for the first time. Perfect opportunity for some Glamour Magic. Another one that I'm doing is that I normally like to do is if I'm looking to attract customers. This is a slab of tree agate. I like to use this if I am doing anything to attract more orders for my business, if I'm trying to attract more customers for my business or anything like that. This is kind of how I would do that. Another one you can use, garnierite. Right? I use garnierite for all kinds of stuff. I use garnierite for when I'm doing all types of abundance and manifestation work. So this can be when you're trying to really, when you're having that one-on-one with somebody. So if you're trying to build a rapport in the community with your clients, if you're trying to build a rapport in the community with your business, right? Anything that's going to help your business to grow in the future, and you're trying to highlight all of the more positive aspects of what you do, this would be an excellent option because this does two things. First, it's going to attract things. And second, it's going to also empower it with the manifestation of what your glamour is wanting to do. So those are some of the things that you can do. If you don't have any of these things, another option is, believe it or not, a skull. So people would say to me, why would I use a skull in Glamour Magic? The skull represents the human experience. The skull represents us as people. And what are the changes you are attempting to do? So you're going to add a skull to your magic and you say, these are the things I'm trying to attract. I'm giving myself as a blank canvas here. And what I'm putting forward, what I want people to see is going to be this, this, and this. And you list those things and you do that with a skull because that's going to help you to get to where you need to go. So skulls are incredibly versatile. I know people generally think of them as, you know, ancestor work or low underworld work or, you know, shady nighttime magic, but there's so many uses for skulls because they do represent us in general as humans. So anytime you're doing shadow work, inner work, glamour work, any of that work, the skull represents the blank canvas that is humanity that we can then imprint whatever we're looking for to imprint on it. Those are some options. Another option that I generally like when you're just trying to, let's say you're going to a party and you're trying to make new friends, you don't know anybody, and you just want to make a good impression. I like to take a really pretty crystal. This is a quartz flame. But if you have a pretty amethyst cluster, that's going to work. Anything that's going to attract attention that you're going to look at it and go, oh my God, that's so pretty. That is what you want to do. And you want to do your work with that because you want to translate that attraction, that eye candy that you see into you. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to walk into the room and you want people to look at you and say, wow, I want to get to know that person. That is the power of glamour magic. It's excellent for networking. So if you're going to like a networking event, if you have like, women business leaders, or, if you have, let's say a union meeting or whatever it is that you have that's related to work, a conference that you're going to, that you're supposed to network with people, find partners to work with and all of that, you can use glamour magic to put your best foot forward and to be somebody that attracts other people to come work with you. So those are some of the things that glamour magic can be used for. And it's very interesting to me that it's generally one of the last tools that people go for, because they go, oh, it's not really going to work because I can't change my hair color. No, you can't. You can't change your hair color. You can't change the color of your eyes. You can't change what you look like. You can't change any of that. But you can change how you are perceived with people. Now, there's an opposite component to glamour magic, right? Glamour magic can also be something that's going to keep you in the shadows, that's going to hide you away. So if you want to go to a place, let's say you're going to class. Perfect example. I use this in college a lot. So we had this big stadium seating, that like 200 people in a classroom, something insane. And I didn't have a chance to do my homework. And I had a teacher that would just call randomly on people. And I would be mortified if he called on me and I didn't have the answer because I didn't get a chance to do it. So what I do? I would do some glamour magic with the intent of invisibility, right? You don't see me. You don't notice me here. You don't see me here. You just pass right by me to another person. I mean, you know that I'm in your class, but you're not interested in calling on me for anything. And for that, you can use smoky quartz. You can use black tourmaline is a good one. You can use black obsidian. And this is another, see the skull again? Smoky quartz skull. Another great, I've had this puppy for a very long time. Another great option to do that because you are in darkness. You want to shroud yourself in darkness and you don't want anybody to see you or call on you. It's the same thing if you're going to, let's say you have to go to a place where there's a good chance your ex is going to be there and you just don't want to be seen. You don't want to be seen by him and you don't want to be seen by anybody else, but for whatever reason, either work related or you need something, you have to go to that place. So what do? Glamour magic. You would do that work to say, hey, don't notice me. I just fade in the crowd. I just disappeared from view. I'm not something that you're going to pay attention to. And then now, obviously, if you do that, you want to dress appropriately, right? You want to be wearing, maybe black or maybe something very nondescript, not bold colors, nothing that's going to catch your attention. And then the glamour is going to be complete. You can't do glamour to hide yourself and then be all sparkly. That's not going to happen. So you need to make sure that whatever mundane action you're doing, as with all spells, the mundane action is going to be supporting the actual energetic work that you're putting forward. So that is another way that you can use glamour magic. And when we talk about invisibility spells in ancient times, invisibility spells were always a big deal in many different ways. If you want to do invisibility where you don't want to be noticed, you don't want to be picked for something, you don't want to be the person in front of everybody for whatever reason, you got something you got to go to, but you want to just fade into the background and mix in with everybody else. Perfect use of glamour magic. You could do that. You could call on new moon energy. New moon is the best time for invisibility magic. If you're trying to do magic to expand and to make yourself look prettier and to make yourself more attractive and get more attention, you want to do that on the waxing moon or on the full moon. If you want to do something that you want to get less attention, you want to fade into the background, you don't want people to notice you, you're going to want to do that on the new moon or on the waning moon. Those two moon phases would be more appropriate for you. So there's so many uses for glamour magic that a lot of times people forget that it's there. And like I said before, it is the easiest magic you can do. You don't need anything else other than yourself because it focuses on you. You're not going to butt up against anybody else's will, anybody else's energy, anything else, because your spell is independent of them. Your spell is all about highlighting parts of you that you want to get noticed in. So I hope that helps. I am going to have some crystals tomorrow when we do the live sale for Glamour Magic. I'll try to have a couple of slabs of hematoid quartz. I think I still have some there. I'm going to try to have a slab of labradorite if you're interested in doing that. Labradorite for any kind of glamour that's attracting things to you is perfect because it's got that sparkle. It's got that, you know, from whatever view you see, it changes its color. It changes the labradorescence of it. A lot of good thing, a lot of wonderful glamour work that can be done with labradorite. I'm also going to try, I don't think I have any more garnierite slabs, but I'm going to try to see what I have. I'll have a couple skulls there for you guys to choose from. So be a lot of things. So tomorrow is going to be focused on glamour and highlighting yourself, and also glamour in the sense of making yourself invisible and less noticeable. So that's what we're going to focus on in our live sale for tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to post in reply to this video. Feel free to message me at The Wild Witch. You can message me on Raven Moon Emporium, or you can message me on Wild Academy. So it's free to join. There's lots of good stuff going on there. And those of you who join, just remember today at 5 o'clock, we're doing the chakra balancing. So if you're interested in doing that, join us again. The link for signing up is in the Wild community. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow on our live sale. Bye-bye.